a very natural way. Supposing a person is questing, you are a seeker. You're not a phony seeker, but a real seeker. That is to say, you have within you a burning desire to find out what it's all about. Who you are, what life is, what reality is, or what's the way out of the mess. You want to become, instead of a mixed-up human being, you want to become something as simple and genuine as a tiger or a cat or a bird or a Buddha. So, those monks used to wander and wander and wander in search of a man who would answer the question. So one of the first stories is that when Bodhidharma or Dharma, who you see all over Japan as the man with big eyes, a bushy beard, usually dressed in red with no legs, he came to where Bodhidharma was meditating and said, "Master, I have no peace of mind. Please pacify my mind." So Bodhidharma said to this man, whose name was Eka, "Bring out your mind here before me, I'll pacify it." And Eka said, "When I look for my mind, I can't find it." Bodhidharma said, "There, it's pacified." Now somehow this answered Eka's question. And all Zen is stories like that. Another time, there was a famous master called Suibi, and he was asked, "What is the secret teaching of Buddhism?" And he was asked this in the lecture hall, where other monks were studying. And he said, "Wait till there's no one around and I'll tell you." So later in the day, the monk accosted him and said, "There's nobody around now. What is the secret teaching of Buddhism?" So he went into the garden with this monk, and he pointed at the bamboos. And the monk said, "I don't understand." He said, "What a tall one that is, what a short one that is." And this awakened the monk. There is a Chinese god whose name is Ping, and this is the god of fire. And there was a monk who was traveling, and he came to a new master. He had been to someone else, and he said, "Well, who did you study with before you came to me?" Oh, he said, "I studied with so-and-so." He said, "What did he teach you?" Well, he said, "When I asked about the fundamental meaning of Buddhism, he answered me, 'Ping comes for fire.'" Well, the master said, "That was an excellent answer, but I bet you didn't understand it." "Oh yes," he said, "I understood it, because Ping is the god of fire. And when, if Ping should ask for fire, that would be like me asking about Buddhism, because I'm really a Buddha already." Master shook his head. I said, I knew it. He said, you missed the point completely. Well, he said, well, how would you deal with it? The Master said, you ask me. So the monk said, what is the fundamental principle of Buddhism? And the Master said, ting ting comes for fire. And the monk got the point. I lent a book of Zen stories once to a friend of mine, years and years ago, and he was in hospital. And when he gave it back to me, he said, gee, he said, I didn't understand a word of it, but it cheered me up enormously.